What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Redemption with Jaden, the last Lackey Grand Prix before Nationals 2025 is it's upon us. It's here. We're getting started with that Lackey Grand Prix 22. Yeah, I think it's 22 that we are on now, and this is going to be round one, and we're going to be pretty much this is just going to kind of ride it all the way into Nationals. So we're going to be trying out. I mean, maybe some different decks for this one. I mean, for sure for this round, like I don't think I'm going to be using this deck again for future games. So, but I'm not sure quite yet what I'm going to be doing for the other rounds. If I want to just like test out, decks that might be candidates to use at Nationals, decks that maybe you guys will see or expect to see at Nationals. So maybe we'll retouch on like Joshua Thieves and maybe Nativity and some clay stuff. I don't think I'm gonna get to doing big clay, but that will probably be at Nationals. Piloted by Tim here, either big clay or big Nativity, I guess. But I don't expect, or I wouldn't say that you should expect to see that from very many people. So, maybe I probably won't cover it here because I don't know if I really want to get into that. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, we'll see what we end up doing for the future rounds. But for this round, I did want to make sure I tried out the new seasonal, summer seasonal promo here, David the Unifier. Who says, if equipped, you can take a good OT Human Warrior from deck. It may ban to a second Samuel Warrior, cannot be negated. So those are two separate abilities. The first one just works if you're equipped, and the second ability works all the time, and both of them cannot be negated. So it was kind of the tie-in, I feel like, that David's Mighty Men needed. Like they had David Outcast Refuge, which kind of worked if you use like King Jehu or Jehoshaphat to kind of bridge the gap, I guess, between David and the rest of the mighty men that we got from Israel's Inheritance. But this David kind of works to do that a little bit more efficiently. He's definitely a better turn one option to just kind of help get you set up and get the the characters that you want. And there were some cool things that I think you can do outside of just David's Mighty Men, and that was something I considered trying to do for this deck. Like one of the first thoughts, I guess, I had with seeing this new David was trying to pair him with the new Zadok from Israel's Rebellion, who is a second Samuel hero. So you could just get him out right away with David if he's equipped, and then ban to him, and then you could reserve an OT card from hand and negate enhancements, and then you get to draw two. So having a David plus, whatever weapon, I don't know, let's just say you got Joab's spears on him, you can make that a, 1721 attack that negates enhancements, and then you also get to draw two cards, which seems pretty good, and it's easy to set up on turn one. So that was just kind of something that I wanted to explore a little bit, see what an Old Testament purple clay deck would look like. And ultimately, it didn't really unveil much. I mean, like, basically my thought was, well, you can do pretty much the same thing with Eliezer as long as you get him equipped with a weapon, which you can't necessarily do as easily on turn one. If David searches for Eliezer, then you ban to him, he's not going to be equipped, so you're not going to get to negate enhancements. So that's, a little bit more difficult, but also you're not, getting the cost of having to reserve an OT card from hand. And then also you're not splitting brigades, trying to figure out like, how much of this brigade do I actually use? And that was kind of the tricky part, was like, how much clay do I actually want to put into the deck? The only really relevant overlap card here is like Faith of David. That could work pretty well, but also it would just get negated by Zadok if I brought him into battle. So I don't know. There were definitely a few hurdles that I was like, I don't know that we really want to mess with it at this point. So let's just try David kind of in the environment where he was kind of meant to be, which is with the rest of the mighty men here. What I did want to do though is that incorporate, I guess, some of the other warrior class heroes that aren't necessarily 2nd Samuel. Pretty much all of the mighty men printed in Israel's Inheritance were 2nd Samuel, so David can ban to them. I did want to try to get some of the others in, and so I had like Jotham, I had Jehoshaphat, and I was like, I don't know if we really need those. I will keep Jehu in here just because I feel like he's a good connecting piece, and to deal some damage, and that was something that I think would still be good, or is still good here, because David can tutor Asahel, and then Asahel can exchange for King Jehu, and so you can still kind of get David to Jehu, but it's a little awkward because once you have Jehu out, then you can't do David banded to Jehu and then Jehu to switch, and then you also can't start with Jehu because he can't exchange for David, because he can't exchange for a royal human, so he's got to exchange for a non-royal human. So it's a little awkward because these other guys like only band to their specific friends. And so I kind of realized during this game that this guy, Abizer, who was kind of in my maybe board, he was one of the last few cards cut. And I was like, he should probably still be in here, because then what you can do is you can use David to search for, King Jehu or Abizer, whichever one you don't have yet. But then David can just ban to Abizer, and then Abizer can ban to an OT purple warrior, which could be King Jehu. And then you get Jehu's ability, and then you can switch for somebody else. What you can do is just do Jehu to Abishai, and then Abishai bans to David, and that's probably the better way to go, and that kind of works the best, I guess. That's maybe the ideal scenario, but if you don't have Abishai out yet, or I don't know, or if your opponent deals with Abishai, then you have to have ways to go around that. So I don't know if Abizer is necessarily right, or if he's needed for this deck, especially because pretty much all the guys are 2nd Samuel except for King Jehu. But I don't know. I was just noticing it was a little bit awkward trying to navigate that with the offense. So it's something to kind of workshop a little bit. And this whole offense is not something that I'm like super familiar with. I did a few videos with the David's Mighty Men stuff. I did at least one where I kind of focused more on Benaiah, and I've done I think maybe one or two others that kind of splashed a little bit. I mean, I did some that were definitely more focused on Abishai and the Snatch Spear thing, and so, but those don't really count because that combo doesn't work anymore, where you like use Abishai to equip Snatch Spear and then choose and then band. But you do get to, I guess, like, you do get some experience, I guess, with the other guys through that deck, but not a whole lot, because it wasn't really like it was meant for that, or it was built around that combo. So now you just got to figure out ways to actually play fair with these guys, and so that's kind of what I was figuring out a little bit during the game. So you'll kind of get to explore that a little bit with me as we go through this. One thing that I was kind of noticing as I was putting the deck out here is like, I feel like I didn't really end up with that many heroes. Like, you can see there's 7 here, and then there's 3 dual alignment ones, which Judas is more to work well with the defense. And then, Joab and Jehu are both, of course, meant to be more on offense. But Judas can also be decent on offense. I'm like just sitting in territory as a counter hero, or early on, if I don't have many other options, just throwing him in to draw 2 the end of a band or something. If I do like band in King Jehu with Abishai, and then just exchange it with Judas, and get another draw 2 on top of whatever other drawing I can do, seems pretty good. So anyway, that's just a little bit about the offense, kind of normal David's Mighty Men stuff, like put a bunch of weapons, get some value, and then hope to negate their characters, negate enhancements. Got Colosseum to support that effort, and then also the cross to support that effort to stop their cannot be negated stuff, and then just have stuff like Joab's Spears and Great Plunder and David's Chariots to negate whatever they do get through, whatever CBP stuff they might have. So that is kind of the game plan with the offense. The kind of ideal first attack here is going to be David with a weapon, hopefully. We've got 6 of them in here, and then David's Harp can get I Am Refuge, so figure that's enough outs to get to a weapon early, but I am running at 57, so there's also that. But if you got David and a weapon, then you can probably just go to Abishai, I would say, is kind of the best bet early on. And then Abishai can go and get like David's Chariots to draw a couple more cards, or equip a different weapon. In some cases, you might want to go to like Joab to just snipe an evil enhancement from their deck that you think might be an issue. So like anything that's CVP, or maybe a scattered or something like that, or maybe like one of the end the battle ones like Unsuccessful or Futile Inquisition. Those are kind of the ones that are the most likely to actually get a good block against this offense. And in the if you're negating enhancements, then if they have like Golgotha or something like that, then they'll try to get like a Feudal Inquisition or something through your negates. So that is the direction I went here with the offense, and then I did want a sizable defense to go along with it, and I decided to go with orange just because I thought that was kind of a cool throwback sort of to like Blood and Fire was the deck that Derek Tirado did pretty well with at Nationals in 2001 or 2021. Wow, not 2001. 2021, I think it was the Love at First Sight year where he took 3rd place with his red-orange deck, kind of using the red warriors. And I was like, you know what? Let's see how it looks now with the purple warriors and doing an orange defense. And I think that because a lot of the purple warriors are single brigade and a lot of the weapons are single brigade, at least the ones that I was using, except for spears, then House Divided seemed like it would be a decent fit for this style of deck. So I went with the roots, or I guess the promo Red Dragon. Got Prince of the Air fitting in there with the other big bad boys, Fallen Star and Beast from the Sea, to just do a lot of kind of annoying stuff for my opponent. Sheol to go along with that, punish them for their searching and for their drawing, like with Beast. So it's kind of a soul hide sort of deck where you're trying to put the souls back into your deck, either top decking them with Beast, underdecking them with Sheol, shuffling them away with Swine Stampede, or underdecking them with Prince. And then there was some thought kind of in my little maybe board here to having DOU in reserve, and then having Serpent and Divining Damsel in the main deck here as well. Serpent I feel like would have been nice, I guess, to still have, just to turn off opponents' good dominance, just because people are building their decks more good dominant focused, I think, these days, using Angel of the Lord, using Glory of the Lord, the occasional Grapes, I guess, to really win battles that way, and then obviously Resurrection. So I felt like Serpent would be good. I think people have fewer answers to it now. Like there's occasional protect forts with like Herod's Temple, but not as much bouncing as there used to be to turn off the paralysis. So people have been kind of throwing the Serpent out there, and I was like, it could fit pretty well especially if I did have Death of an Righteous in reserve, then I could just get it out with Wages, or I could grab it with Storehouse or something. But ended up not really going the pale green route, and figured that Swine Stampede in the main deck would be enough, plus Twice Afflicted in reserve, which, either you're doing the whole block with Swine Stampede, add Restless Spirit, grab Twice Afflicted, play it, and replay Swine Stampede, or you get to actually play Swine Stampede early on one of my big characters, potentially. Maybe Mask of Worldliness interrupts and lets you play it. But then you can get to Restless Spirit later with Golgotha or something like that, and then get Twice Afflicted out that way, or Sin and Blasphemy to Twice Afflicted to Swine Stampede. One of the things that I thought was kind of cool that I think I did in an orange defense before with Red Dragon. I might have just had Destructive Sin in the main deck with that, but because Destructive Sin has a discard ability in the star, you can grab it with Wages, but I just thought it'd be cool to have it in reserve for Red Dragon to play off of Sin and Blasphemy. So Red Dragon, interrupt the battle with Sin and Blasphemy, play Destructive Sin. You get to withdraw their heroes, cannot be negated, and then also you place it in their territory, and you get to instead their draws, and that being cannot be negated seems pretty cool. So I figured, or it's not placed in their territory, placed in your territory. I don't remember if I said that correctly or not, but anyways, so I figured that would be a fun little combo if it could get pulled off. The problem that I have had with the orange defense, particularly with Red Dragon, and actually getting that to work, is your opponent just plays dominance to make it so that you don't actually get to play anything with Red Dragon. So it's a little bit annoying there, but I felt like maybe Prince could help out with that, where your opponent has to think a little bit more about how they're going to attack and deal with Prince. Maybe you have to save some dominance for other evil characters here that could be more annoying than Red Dragon. So that was something that I thought would be good to try out here. See if Prince could draw some of the fire, and then Red Dragon could actually be more impactful. One thing that I realized I missed having in my reserve here was 7 Sons of Skiva, which I forgot to even put in the little maybe board here. I guess before getting too far away from the offense, these were kind of some of the other offensive cards I was considering. Feast of Booths being nice to get like a Swallow by the Forest out against a Foreign Wives in battle. And then Helmet also is another way to get that out. But I ended up with not very many good enhancements in the reserve, so felt like Helmet wasn't really necessary. And then Feast of Booths, I was like, kind of the same thing. Storehouse can get Swallowed by the Forest, but it's just not quite as good because you want to be able to surprise your opponent usually with it. Wait until they block with Foreign Wives so that they don't know that you have a regardless of protect option in the pocket. Okay, so that is kind of the defense. I talked about the offense. Satan's Seat was, I think, supposed to be in reserve, but I guess I cut it last minute. Trying to figure out what last couple cards to cut from their reserve to get it down to 10, and that was one of them. I think maybe I don't even know what comes out for it, so I guess it kind of makes sense, but I think it should be in the deck just to make sure that any Lost Soul protecting abilities get turned off so that my Sheol and Beast and Swine Stampede can all go through. So that probably should be in there. Can get it out with Wages, can get it out with Crowd's Choice if I need to. But it's just it's a fairly matchup dependent card because not everybody's gonna be running ways to protect Lost Souls on a regular basis. But I feel like it probably should be in the reserve because of how much of a focus there is with this deck. So because of Beast from the Sea, I decided to go with New Testament Lost Soul Unity. Make sure that everything could work well there. I thought about just having one Complacent in there because Complacent I felt like would fit fairly well with this deck. I'm Colosseum, I'm on Cross. I just felt like Complacent would kind of round it out, having those dominance stopped, helped get my Red Dragon to actually get to be impactful. But I was like, it's probably not worth it with the New Testament Unity, and I wanted to go the Beast from the Sea route, so that was the direction I decided to go. So we've got Undesirables, and we've got Defiled in there for the NT Unity, and then the rest that are all still pretty good with Beast from the Sea. Getting extra Lawless triggers, extra Harvest, extra Galileans is all kind of nice. The other ones you do kind of want to keep out in play: Defiled, Dull, and Undesirables sort of imitate, although that's fine if you top deck that after imitating like a Lawless or something, and then Humble you kind of want out as well. So there's a little bit of a back and forth dynamic of trying to figure out what is actually you want out and what you don't. But that was something that I think isn't that hard to navigate. If you're able to get rid of all your lost souls, you should probably do it. And then for the dominance, fairly standard lineup. I was kind of leaning a little more toward the complacent lineup with things like Falling Away and Mayhem. Falling Away to pair with Snatch Spear. You play that before battle, and then Snatch Spear to choose the character that you converted. Mayhem just works well with having all of these weapons that you can stick on the heroes to kind of clear out your hand, and then play Mayhem for value. I felt like the deck was already kind of a little bit slow, so that was basically the 8th dominant that I added when I decided to go to 57. And then we've got Redemption in here, which is kind of fun. First deck on the channel using this, which is the 2025 National Participation Promo. And you will be able to use this in Type 1 if, assuming you can get your hands on one from playing, Sealed or Type 2 on, Booster or Type 2 on Thursday. So once you complete the category on Thursday, you will get a participation promo, and then you'll be able to use it after that. They're not allowing you to get them for Type 2, unfortunately, so it's not going to be legal for Type 2, or I guess it'll be legal, but you just won't have one, so, good luck with that. And then, if you don't play anything on Thursday, I guess you can still use it in Type 1, you just have to, borrow it from somebody who did play on Thursday, or, you can work out a trade or something so that you have one that you can use. In Type 1, I don't know if it's going to be particularly useful, but in this deck, I wanted to try it out. I feel like this offense can struggle against a certain subset of evil characters that, just work well against big bans. So I was like, all right, let's just put in Redemption to kind of help out with those particular pesky evil characters. Taking out some of these prints would be kind of nice, or if they put down the Deceiver or something like that, then you can take it out before they can do any damage to you. So I feel like that would be good if they, especially in an offense that bans a lot, if they have a way to discard a lot of heroes, or if I play House Divided and I lose my Jehu and my Joab and Judas or whoever, then Redemption can just get them back. So I was like, let's try it out. It's a little bit of extra speed as well, which this deck can certainly use. And the rest of the support, I kind of talked about all of these. 20 shekels is definitely a card that you want to be using in a deck like this, where you do have some choose the blocker options, and you have some flexibility with what kind of attack you want to do, whether you want to negate characters, negate enhancements. I kind of did those in the opposite order, but when you have a hero like David who can just get whatever hero you need pretty much at any time, then knowing what's in their hand can be pretty helpful for that. So I think that's all that's really worth talking about here. I did want to mention, I guess, Eternal Covenant is maybe not really needed with Redemption in here as well. So that's something where Redemption could just be like Harvest Time, or could just be Angel of the Lord, since I'm not running Complacent. But that's something to kind of consider, I guess, as you want to, if you want to try out this deck and try out different options there. Or Eternal Covenant could be something else like Oath of Purity, maybe, to like help you reset weapons by bouncing the characters, or I don't know. You got options there, but Eternal Covenant plus Redemption is maybe a little overkill on the whole resurrecting your characters thing, but it is kind of nice not to have to worry too much about losing your heroes, because you can always get them back fairly easily. So this game, round 1, is going to be against Mr. J Chambers, J floodedRED Chambers, and he brought an updated version, I guess, of the deck that he took down Midwest Regionals with. This past weekend, I think. Yeah. So last weekend it was. It's a Ruth focused white offense with kind of a jumpy Herods, Emperor Claudius one with Thebes defense, but mostly Herods with just a little bit of splash for some speed stuff and easy jump blocks. So that made for a fun game, and it was a close one. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Before we get into that, of course, we're going to do a shout out to our sponsors over here at Your Turn Games. We're glad to have them supporting the channel and making it, well, I mean, not necessarily just making it possible for me to do stuff like this, because I would be doing it either way, but I'm happy to be supportive of them to point you guys in their direction if you have any redemption needs, and to get some support for them for the channel as well. So that is going to be, I think, everything before we just go ahead and get into the game here with Jay. So let's do it. Okie dokie.
Okay. Rolled a 2.
I rolled a 4. What should I do with this hand of mine? No souls for you, huh? Well, just a hopper. I will let you go first.
Okay. So we will use a star. I want to look at your deck.
Sure.
Because I want to know what I'm looking at. Okay. Okay.
Pretty sure there's one in there that says harvest in that middle line there. Just throwing that out there as a recommendation.
Yeah, see, I like the one that doesn't say anything in the middle line because I don't know what it does. Oh, that one does say something in the middle line. They all say something in the middle line. What's this world? Oh, no, that one doesn't. But I don't think I want to give you that one.
I was going to say, I think I only included newer ones.
Lawless technically doesn't say anything in the middle line sometimes.
Oh, interesting.
I'm going to give you Hopper.
That seems good.
Just because it reduces the odds of you drawing souls that matter.
Yep.
So.
All right.
Okay.
No stars on my end.
Okay. So then I'll hop a hopper over and you can Galileans.
Yep. I will go ahead and let's switcheroo this one with this one. All right. That's my stuff.
We will put down a face down artifact. We will Boaz's sandal.
Sure.
For everybody's favorite little dude who does something.
Elimelech.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Okay, we will put down Ruth. Put down a Herod's Temple for funsies, and then we will Elimelech, draw 2. I drew a soul for you, buddy.
Yay.
And then we will use said soul we drew for a card.
I was kind of hoping you would play this deck because I saw you post it in deck lists, and I was like, what is going on?
Well, well, good for you is it got significantly better from what got posted in deck lists.
Oh, okay, cool.
We'll get that. So
that'll be good. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I will block with. Yeah, I suppose we'll just go with Prince. Let's do. Let's do the draw 2. And then I will ask for dominant initiative.
Granted.
I will just. Oh, wait. I suppose I should do the rest of his ability, huh? Oh well. I guess I don't know. Kind of
You
implicitly
did.
passed on that.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
if it wasn't for the get ready for Nats Grand Prix and the fact you're going to post the video, so
Yeah. I feel like of all the decks recently that I've put Prince of the Air in, I haven't actually gotten to use him all that much. But yeah, okay.
you're going to kill me.
Thinking about it. Yeah, I guess we'll just play nothing. Go ahead. I'm gonna pass on Dominish.
Lost child found. Bounce your prince.
All right. I will play Deafening Spirit to negate and discard that. Convert Deafening Spirit to new character. And then I'll ask for Dominish again.
Sure.
This time I'll actually do it. We'll play Falling Away. Make him brown.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to play Obed and pass, which will turn David. David will undo and turn Obed on.
Yep. All right.
Man, I was thinking you were about to glory me and it was going to suck, and you just played Falling Away.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the whole, Obed thing definitely would have made something like a martyr or a glory a little better. That's all right though. Let's put use no stars. I don't get to use my harvest. I'll put down a shield. Put down a gates. Put down a beast. And then let's do. It's kind of sad that I didn't find a weapon and all of that, or a way to get one. Yeah, we'll just go to battle and attack with Joab, and let's just take out one of your enhancements here. One of your, like 3 evil enhancements? Futile, abandonment. Let's do this one. I think that still counts as opposite alignment, right?
Yep. Yeah, you can count that, I think, because it sees each side individually.
Right. That's my thought, at least. That's it for my attack.
Yeah, I can let you get rid of that, I think.
Cool. I guess I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, I will pass turn.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I should have tried to block that, but I'm not really sure. Okay, so we're gonna play Land of Moab to go to deck. And I'm just going to slap Jesse down if you're cool with that. So you technically get a beast trigger, but I'll just go and negate it.
Yeah, so I'll do the shield trigger here. We'll under deck. Guess I'll under deck my harvest.
Okay.
And then the beast trigger.
The beast trigger will undo.
Yeah, I
when I play Jesse.
don't think there's any reason to do
I
it
don't
then.
think so. I don't think you get any benefit out of it.
Probably not.
Okay, so we're going to activate Harp on David and shuffle Prince.
Okay.
We will Denarius and give you another shield.
Yep. Let's send away my. I guess I'll let you figure out what you search for. Yep. Send away Galileans.
Okay, I'm going to go to battle with David.
Sure. Yeah, I'll block with Beast.
I'll draw one for Harp.
Yep.
Oh, wait. That reactivates Beast.
Uh-huh.
Whatever.
So I will top deck, So if I top deck your hopper, you get to draw it with Denarius. So guess I will top deck my hopper.
Okay, mine it.
Oh, nope, wrong one. Yeah, could you reveal your top card? I picked the wrong one. Cool.
Mine it.
Sure.
Royal Parade.
Yep. Okay, so you get to bounce him. I will play Mask. Hey, look, my hopper's back. Okay, that will. Yep, I will not play an enhancement, so that will resolve.
Draw one. Drew crowds.
Yep. All right. Then I guess I will. Yeah, let's do this. I'll use gates.
Actually, can I discard? I can discard Denarius before you gates, right? Because I have action priority.
Sure.
That's how that works. So I'm going to do that first. All right.
Okay. Good to use gates.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do that. Add Deafening Spirit to battle. We'll negate and discard Royal Parade.
Which will put the one I drew for it back.
And bring back the Beast.
Okay.
And got 8 cards in hand. How many battle winners are you actually playing in there? I'm just going to. Yeah, I'll ask for Dominish.
Sure.
I feel like you don't have it, but yeah, we'll play the Glory.
Oh, that sucks. Meek dude. Although my Jesse is not negating your beast because goofy way things are ruled.
Yep.
I want to know what continuous update breaks. I really want to know. Your go.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know. I guess it just is different between territory class and in battle stuff. So maybe I don't know.
Me neither.
Okay, so Beast is on. No stars. Go to prep. Put down an artifact. That would be nice, but well. Well, we found heroes. More weapons though.
I
Guess
will
we could
take you
just do
not finding things.
that. Yep. I guess we could do that. Let's do Abishai territory. Yeah, I guess I will just go to battle if that's good with you.
Sure.
All right. Let's do King Jehu. I guess that's one thing it would kind of break. So that if I attack with King Jehu, exchange him back to my territory, then he gets negated by Jesse. That'd be kind of weird.
Oh, that's true. I think we can make it to where they activate once a phase. At the top of a phase, and that would simultaneously like give some sense of order to things. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that's possible. Abishai will come in, take and equip a thing. Guess we probably want to do that one. Yeah. We'll do spears. And then he will ban 2. Let's just go to Azahel, who will exchange for. Where's the. Oh. Guess none of these really do what I want. We'll just do. Leeser, who will ban 2 Adino and take Naharai from reserve. And that's my rescue. Oh, I guess I got my Jehu trigger to resolve too, so we'll pop Claudius.
he sure does do a lot.
Yeah, actually, it might have been better to just leave him around and not bother with Jehu, but oh well.
Deceiver, Executioner, Horses, draw 2, play Contagious Fear.
Let's see. Negating that doesn't do much, does it?
Yeah. No, it doesn't. If you were to spears, you would get my Executioner. My Executioner wouldn't even do anything.
Yeah.
Like this, it would stay in its where it's at.
Yeah. All right. Well, I will underdeck that and underdeck this with Shiolo.
You don't get beast for that because it says except on an evil card.
Sheol. That's what I was doing.
No. My bad. Whatever.
Okay. And we're not. Yeah, we didn't have the thing to negate your protect abilities. You would have interrupted it anyway. And. I will pass turn.
Okay, we'll draw some cards. Okay. So I'm going to tank for a second. So I get free storehouse. Do you want to storehouse? I'm going to storehouse. Do you want to get rid of my crowds for me?
I'll think about it.
I'll get this.
Okay. That seems pretty good.
Yeah, it feels pretty good to me. Okay. So I'm going to activate 20 shekels. I'm going to bounce Joab the General. Actually, Jehu. No, I said Joab. So I'm going to bounce Joab and play him as an evil character. But I also want to see what you got cooking.
Cool.
There's a red dragon in here. That's cute.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's a bunch of stuff that does stuffy things. Cool. Okay. Play Chosen Warriors. I'm going to play a Herod Archelaus, and I'm going to play a Delivered to deck. Then we're going to get Stocks and capture Abishai.
Okay.
So then we're going to go to battle.
Sure.
Let's make a battle challenge because you don't block a battle challenge.
That's what you think.
I'm intrigued if you decide to. I'm going to use Boaz the Redeemer, or get Boaz the Redeemer, and I think I'm going to meekify him. I'm going to make him meek is what I'm getting. Actually, no, I'm just going to leave him as he is, and I'm going to take shared meal from my reserve.
Seems good. Should I block with Joab and draw one? That's the question here. I suppose that would make you either discard him or, I guess you just pass in a stalemate.
Yes, I do. And it does you no good, other than you get to draw a card. And then if you draw a Lost Soul, then congratulations, this just got really awkward.
Yep. I will decline, I suppose.
Pass turn.
Cool. Oh man, wanted to draw a Lost Soul. Should have done it. Okay, let's put down another sad artifact. Let's go this way. I will equip Adino's spear to King Jehu.
I will play. What does that do? That's the draw one, discarding a card from a deck. Okay.
Playing something?
Nope.
Okay. Oh, I guess that doesn't quite Oh, it doesn't quite do what I wanted it to. Huh. Guess I do need that guy in this deck. Alright, well, in that case, let's do... yeah, it's a little bit of a bummer. I'll just go to battle, if that's good with you.
Sure.
Alright. Let's do... Jehu. I will use the Dino's Spear to draw one. Oh. Now we found a lost soul. It's unfortunate. And then we'll exchange with... let's do a Leezer, Bantu, a Dino, and take Benaya from reserve.
Yeah. I will activate Herod's Temple. Reserve Feudal Inquisition. And then I will play Herod Agrippa to negate Dino's Spear.
Negating a Dino Spear.
Sure, put a card back.
Okay.
What do you got?
Sure, you don't want to negate a Leezer?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah, I will... am I losing? Oh, that sucks.
Oh, wow, you actually are.
Alright, that's fine. I'll let him die.
Okay.
Let's put down... Yeah, that was kind of a letdown. I was hoping to do a way to abandon the high right and then use the high right to bounce a Dino Spear, get to draw again, and then blah, blah, blah. Probably would have negated anyway, and it put back 2 cards. It wouldn't have mattered. Let's do... I guess I don't have to put anything else down. I will just pass turn.
3. I drew my hopper. I drew Prosperity. I will use Prosperity to discard this.
Mm-hmm.
So
I will top deck my Lawless.
cool. Pass on Storehouse. I will deactivate stocks, activate 20 shekels to bounce Jesse the Ephrathite, and then play him back down because I'm kind of tired of Beast.
Where's a red dragon when you need one?
Who knows? Play a meek Nashan the Blacksmith.
Okay.
And then play Golgotha to take Herod's Executioner from reserve. And then we go Salmon the Cloaked. He is not exchanging to Ruth and Meek Dab.
It's kind of fun, I guess. Ruth heroes from banish, discard, and withdraw abilities. Good Ruth enhancements.
So it's basically a gigantic, we don't care about your fallen star.
Sure, yeah. So I guess that wouldn't work. Sure. I will block with Joab. Draw one. Hey, look, it's Lawless. I'll Last for Dominish.
What do you possibly have? You may have Dominesh.
All right, cool. I'll pass on that. You can have a hopper. It was worth a shot.
Cool. There's a reason why I didn't let you do it. You go.
All right. Now we're talking. Got a sad Galileans.
You say sad Galileans?
Yep. All of my negated lost souls are sad.
Oh yeah. We're not used to negate neutrals these days.
Yeah, I mean, I did think
They're just
about it
not.
when I was building this deck, but I, probably should have put a little more effort into it. Okay. So what's the plan here? Ugh, yeah. I wish that was just a little more well thought out. I took out a hero that I think probably shouldn't have. Although I guess capturing Abishai kind of made things complicated anyway, but yeah, all right. Well, let's do this. I will I said I don't need to do it that way. Yeah, all right. We'll put down David. We'll go ahead and equip him with some chariots. And then, yeah, I guess with that, I will go to battle if that's cool with you.
Sure.
All right. David coming in hot. We'll take a good OT human warrior from deck. Let's just go with. Yeah, just go with Azahel. And then David's Chariots will go. Negate an evil card. I'll negate my Deafening Spirit. And draw 2. And then ban to a second Samuel Warrior. We'll ban to Nahiri. And I will draw 2 more. And then Nahiri will bounce a weapon in territory, which would be a Dino's Spear, and equip it to himself to draw 1. And then I think we got to do that. Yeah. Ready for this?
Sure.
It's going to be cool. Play Redemption. 1, 2, 3. And then I will draw 3. Oh, I guess I only get to draw 2. That's a little sad. And then I will convert your Herod Agrippa the first to blue.
Cool.
And that's all my stuff, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Let's try something. So we've got 3 domes. You have 8 potentialities. It's kind of cute, honestly. It's just so cute to see. Activate Herod's Temple.
Okay.
I'm going to reserve the guard. And then I'm going to play a Evil Woes on Adino the Ezrite. And then I'm going to block with Herod the Great and choose Adino the Ez-Knight.
Sure. Where's the David Stronghold when you need it?
Is it in your deck?
No. No, it is not.
Oh, did you seriously pull that trick again?
What?
Where you forget the Protect Force that you're supposed to play.
Oh, no, I took it out.
Oh, okay. That's justifiable.
Yeah. All right. So my initiative.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll toss this one for 4.
Okay, that sucks. Mutual?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Why did I negate laser? Well, it still it wouldn't have mattered. Okay, you can have an Abishai.
Sweet. I'm just kind of hoping you would search at some point before that. Now I gotta put some stuff down here. I guess we'll play Son of God on that Crowds.
Okay.
And then we'll put down As a Hell. We'll put down. I guess he's gone, so I'll put down Angel of the Winds. Let's put down Golgotha, I guess. And I will.
Golgotha being able to grab a Deafening Spirit is really nice utility.
Yeah, it would have been. Would have been nice.
Yeah.
My neutrals were negated. I guess I will. He's going to be negated and it's good. We'll put him down as evil. And then I will pass turn.
Okay. We'll draw some cards. So, souls. Make lots of tokens.
So many souls.
There's a token. There's a token. Okay. So, you'll deactivate this 20 checks. To activate the stocks to take your Judas.
Okay.
Because I just don't like Judas.
Yeah, that's fair.
Then we will go to battle with Fishman, to Ruth, to Meek Nishon Blacksmith.
Okay. You've got a lot of dominance left. You took my Judas, which is concerning, I guess. Yeah, I suppose. We'll just block with. Oh, that's what I forgot to put in here. Oh. Yeah, we'll block with Deafening Spirit. I will negate your Ruth, I suppose.
Okay. I will play a Dominant.
Uh-huh.
Angel, your Deafening Spirit.
Uh-huh. Negating my stuff, so I guess we'll give you. just give you Lawless.
Your turn.
Okie doke. That's great timing there. Draw 3, no stars, upkeep. Let's do. Yeah, I think we want to do the whole woes trick here. Played as evil. Would have been nice if I'd had that last turn. Negate that silly Obed of yours, but I guess we'll negate Obed with the place and territory, and we'll negate Storehouse with the other part, or the upkeep trigger. And then Storehouse will. I guess maybe that would have been better, but we can do that way too. Can we? Maybe. Let's take. Yeah, I'll take Snatch Spear. Figure out a way to use it somehow. And then I will. We'll flip over 20 shekels. I will bounce your Jesse. Yeah.
What are we trying to turn on?
Things and stuff. Hey, look, dominance. Lots of dominance. Okay. Let's just put down Jesse as Meek. And then let's do the cross on Golgotha here. Alright, which of you negates the stuff that I want to negate? So I will put down Naya, put down Red Dragon. Haven't played a territory class enhancement yet, right?
Nope.
Okay, yeah, that's just gonna make things easier, I guess. Let's do wages. Oh. I guess I didn't put that one in my reserve. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna fail that search. Send that to the bottom of deck. And okay, if I choose into block, this deck kind of hurts my head. I'm going to put Joab Spears on. Actually, no, I won't put that on anybody. We'll just put Snatch Spear on Naya. Alright, let's do Eliezer Sword on Azahel. And then I will go to battle if that's good with you, I think.
Yep.
Alright, we're gonna do David. I'm not drawn, I don't think.
Nope.
I will negate Archelaus. I will choose not to draw.
Okay.
I will ban to Azahel, and we'll negate your protect abilities. I think. I don't know. And then I will exchange with a dude in deck. Which will be this guy.
Yeah.
Negate characters and then ban to Eliezer. And you will not do anything.
Okay, I will give you a harvest token, soul. Make a token.
Cool. That will. Yeah, that was a lot of thinking for very little payoff here. I will pass the turn.
Okay, I'll draw 3. Upkeep actions, I will woes your storehouse.
Yep.
I will use 20 shekels to bounce Obed, and then look at your hand.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I will play Suicidal Swine Stampede because that's cool.
Uh-huh.
I will play Love Righteousness to go to the discard pile. Get David.
Let's see, I guess. See, Jesse's off, right?
Yeah, he's a meat dude.
Alright, so you got a underdeck random card from hand, and I'll top deck a token. And we'll underdeck a token, I guess.
Random card from hand.
Because I don't know if that actually gets shown.
Well, it got shown.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think through the I lose potentials.
Yeah, they're kind of interesting here. I think I could have played my hand a little better last turn.
So, because I'm thinking, so my actual attack odds are great. It's just if I go into an attack and open up dominance, you can mayhem.
Right. Means that there's
Which then,
like a 1 in 4 chance that I just win.
but I'm also trying to, I'm just trying to think through. I think that just pushing Ruth can get me there. But I'm just trying to think through it. So we're going to try that line. We're going to push the Ruth.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so protect from banish, discard withdraw abilities. Yeah, I think we'll do Joke's on You, Swine Stampede. It can be a character. Discard to get Restless Spirit from my reserve. And
Yep.
grab Twice Afflicted.
I was scared that was there.
Yeah. My
Okay.
initiative.
Sure.
Alright. Let's go get the Swine Stampede back.
Okay.
Goes there. These go here. Shuffle those.
Play up Executioner. Discard. Discard your god will be my god and pass the turn.
Yep. Draw Halo Colossals. They work this time. Yeah, I guess I don't want to play those odds.
I should have took my chances on the YOLO swing.
On the the Mayhem. Go for it.
Yeah.
Probably. I do get a few search triggers on your second coming though, so I could. I don't know. Probably wouldn't have mattered, but Storehouse is negated. Do I want to use that star? Don't think so. Now the question is, do I need dominance for this attack or not? I guess we'll just leave woes on your. I guess I'm fine with actually your storehouse. Let's put woes on Herod's Temple. And then I think I can do that. Yep. Put down Azahel. Put down Big Bubby. Put down the Deceiver. And I will attempt to go to battle.
Sure.
Just gonna attack with Benaya, and we'll choose Herod's Executioner.
That gets it. I misplayed last turn really heavily. Because I think I should have took the 1 in 4 odds because I think I just had it if I did. And it didn't.
Yeah, it might have been more like a 1 in 3 with the Lost Souls that I had in hand or in deck still, but yeah, I think I misplayed.
Well, I mean, I should have just took that line of play because it gets a higher soul differential.
Oh, sure.
Or I should have at least slammed Obed down.
Yeah, right. Because yeah, I think you put Obed down because even if I do draw a second coming on my turn, I can just deactivate Cross and play it anyway.
Yeah.
If you do put Obed down, then maybe I'd probably still do this attack, but well, I mean, assuming I actually do the mayhem thing. But yeah, I think last turn I didn't realize that I was going for 4 and hadn't played Second Coming yet. Otherwise, I think I would have put a couple more things down and then drawn with David's Chariots and other stuff to like try to dig for Second Coming.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I tossed this one because of the suicidal.
Yeah, I think yeah, if I didn't have that specific thing in reserve, then I think you probably get there.
Well, the odds of you having it weren't low.
Yeah. Yeah, because I didn't have Deceiver or anybody else that would have gotten me initiative to get there.
Well, I mean, I think so. The attack would have just been the gangbusters swing with like right on shared meal alliance, and then having glory and angel of God.
Oh yeah. I mean, if dominants are in play, then
Yeah, I mean, I just
pretty much have no chance.
basically you were at the victim of fate, and I should have played into fate. Just for some reason, I'm like not calculating properly, knowing that you always do goofy stuff like Restless Spirit, Twice Afflicted.
Yeah, man, it's pretty good. I don't know. I kind of figured like with the whole like Sheol Beast from the Sea thing, like it's good enough to have in reserve, like for sure Twice Afflicted, and then Restless Spirit just makes it work even better with Swine Stampede in the main deck. I wonder if honestly the like seeing the mayhem in my hand kind of threw you off, because like I feel like in most cases you probably like if I have Second Coming, then I would have probably not activated the cross. Well, I don't know.
I feel like I threw this one away when I should have probably. Statistically, odds are in my favor.
Yeah, but I mean, if I had hit it, you would have been kicking yourself for not going the other way. So.
Yes, you're right, but the Swine Stampede that's just what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess if you had gone the other way, I could have told you like this is how I would have blocked, and you would have seen it. So because I did have that out, but Yeah, I don't know. Ruth with that CBN stuff. It's not bad. I feel like she probably doesn't get enough credit.
No, I mean the fact that there's just like this ridiculous pile of dominance that you have access to is pretty big.
Yeah. Yeah, right on and all that.
Yeah, I mean, so and this getting reserved too was huge.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Like
liked
that
seeing
just
that.
took a block. That just took a block away. That put extra pressure on me.
Right.
And I think the turn that I deceivered to executioner, I should have deceivered to this.
I think
Although
I
you
had
might have had what was that turn?
I think I had spears. Yeah, I had spears out.
Oh, you did have spears. That's why I went the way I did.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was 100% the hitting the futile and then
Yeah,
deciding I
futile,
didn't want to be a gambler.
and then also, I mean, yeah, hitting. You see, had two defensive cards, Herod's Guard and futile. Herod's Guard probably didn't really make a difference, but
It made zero difference.
yeah, yeah, it was.
But I mean, I think if we played 10 games, I think I would win 6.
Do I get to change my deck in between because this offense is missing a few things? I think.
Well, I mean, I think even if you fix the offense, I think that the defense matchup is so poor, demons versus dominant Ruth
Yeah,
in general, that but I think it would be 6-4
yeah,
because
I
it's a
could see
matchup
that.
that does have a lot of skill.
I could see that. I think it kind of depends on like when I draw my answers for your territory class dudes, and by answers I mean like woes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think. Oh, and I guess Prince is kind of an answer as well, but he never came back. Missing him was
no.
unfortunate, and I like
Well, I
underdecking
mean,
your Ruth and your Herod's Temple. Honestly, I probably should have just underdecked David, expecting that you only had one negate. If I just underdecked David and Herod's Temple or David and Ruth, and then make you play Royal Parade, then play Deafening Spirit, I think that would have been the way to go.
yeah. Well, either way,
I never got to land that one either. That would have been fun.
but yeah, this offense is sneakily powerful.
Yeah, and I like it. No more. You still have a holy ab in there?
Nope, that got cut.
Okay, yeah,
And I'm very aggravated about it in this particular instance. But
interesting.
I also wouldn't have attacked with it, so
I guess let's see. What is? Oh, I suppose because he protects lost souls. Yeah.
so I actually the more I play around the things, I think the answer is replace Goofy Underdeck D1 Soul with Thorns
Hmm. Yeah.
because
Then your contagious fear still works, but
Contagious and Woman of the Best still works, but you have an out for soul manipulating. It also just stops Geo and Goofball.
right. Yeah.
So, and it doesn't interrupt. And yeah, I mean, Thorns is just the answer.
Yeah.
So,
I thought I
I mean,
put Satan's Seat in reserve. That's what I was looking for with wages, and then I guess I must have cut it, or I just didn't actually put it in. Because that was yeah, kind of my anti thorns and orphans, and
no one
also
runs Thorns, so you
woman
shouldn't
of
have
the
to have
bez and
anti-Thorns. You just have anti-orphans.
Chad. No, who was it? Who was it that ran thorns? Somewhat recent game. I don't know. There was somebody that I was playing against, and they had both Thorns and Orphans. I think they were just like must have gotten screwed over by a Soul Hide deck at some point.
I guess they were trying to counter Big Clay.
Yeah, probably. So maybe it was Chad. I feel like it was Chad in the last stand. Does he have them both in there?
No.
No. Well, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, now I gotta go play Tim in a Type 2 game here, so I should probably
Well,
get to
enjoy
that.
playing Type 2.
I certainly will. Probably more than Type 1, no offense.
I'm still in the I prefer to play Type 1 camp.
Yeah,
If we would ban Driven by Spirits and anything that can create goofy loops, then
well,
I will enjoy it more.
Maybe if your brother hadn't gone and made that other goofy loop card.
Well, there's a third goofy loop card that no one's goofy looping. I'm still convinced that Lost Child Found inside battles is super good.
Yeah. Yeah, wasn't Mark was trying to do that at New York State?
Yeah, that's what he was trying to do.
It didn't pan out, but yeah, it's something that we'll probably fiddle with a little bit at some point. It seems kind of fun. I also
it was my idea, so
yeah, I know he was talking to you about it,
and he never proceeded to pull it off, and I was very perplexed by that.
Yeah, I didn't even get to play him, so. But
he came to my regionals.
Did he?
So he then proceeded to not play that deck in Type 2.
Yeah, right. I think he talked to me about the deck that he was wanting to play instead.
I would have had a bunch.
One thing I did.
Much easier time with him if he had played my deck that I had told him that I'd had him on at one point.
The side battle one or a different one?
The side battle one.
Oh, okay.
He playing no humans at all was all sorts of fun. But all right, man.
Yep, we'll catch you later.
Catch you later. Bye.